Hello there, it's welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefi and we're going to be checking why Rapunzel is one of the worst healers. Well, that's what this tier list at least says from Sportskida. This was published earlier this month. I had this on my bookmarks for a while, I forgot about it. So let's get into this tier list that, by the way, this was written by ChatGPT 100%, and I will show you a couple of proofs on that. Like always, I enjoy using AI tools. I think they are wonderful for everyday Andes to make your work easier and for a lot of things. When companies abuse that, I do have some problems, but that's another topic, I guess. So let's get into this tier list by Sportskita. Before we start, leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. You can support my content with the links in the description down below. And let's get into this. So, Goddess of Victory Nikke is one of the best Japanese mobile games and features plenty, it's Korean by the way, and features plenty of woman characters with amazing abilities and the power to finish off opponents. You can easily assemble a team by collecting these characters to fight against enemy contingents, raptors with this. However, to win, players must understand the characters that are performing the best under the current meta. This is the only way to assemble the best winning combination. First thing that says this is ChatGPT bullshit written. As the title suggests, the game has many characters based on mythological and historical figures. There is only one squad in the game that has this type of characters, and that is Scarlet and all the other girls. Scarlet, her Korean name is from a Korean Telltale. Snow White, obviously, Dorothy, same. Other than that, there are no mythological figures, and a lot of tier lists do that. Well, they would put Nikke, Goddess of Victory, into ChatGPT, and the result they get back, it's actually a fucking tier list with the goddesses, right? Because that's what ChatGPT sees. It's like Goddess of Victory, and so it makes a tier list with that, which is stupid. Now, when this happens, I usually just, tag them on Twitter or send them a message and be like, hey, you did this tier list, it's, you should change it. If they don't say anything back, I just put a public tweet and I'm like, hey, shout out to these people for using ChatGPT to write a tier list where we have fucking Kratos fighting on Nikke. And the problem is these people are just fucking liars. Like, this guy wrote this himself and we don't use any AI. But thank you for your feedback. Happy face. My G, how are you not using AI to write this? Like, are you just stupid? Like, I understand you don't play the game, and I'm fine with that. You are like the owner, maybe, of GG Recon. But if your employees are using AI tools and they don't play the games they are writing for, that is a problem for your journalist website. I'm not going to get too deep into this because I already talked about this on previous videos. So let's just keep going into the tier list and you can see how good this is. So, Goddess of Victory Nikke tier list. This is going to be based from SS tier all the way down to D tier. The best tier, I think it's C tier, and you will see why in a second when we get there. Let's start with SS tier, where we have Scarlet, Litter, Ludmilla, and Nihilister. For some reason, all the tier lists that are bad have Ludmilla in there. And that is because on the betas, the previous beta that are a couple years old, Ludmilla was actually S tier. So when they are trying to find all the information, they don't even try to get like new tier lists or updated ones, right? They just take the oldest one and use that as reference. And so Ludmilla on most of these shitty tier lists is always SS tier. Nihilister, I guess it was just because it was just like the newest character, so they put her in there, which is fine. She is SS tier waifu, she is not a fucking SS character. Let's go into S tier. The S tier characters are also very powerful, just like in other RPG games like PGR. Goddess of Victory Nikke has some of the most amazing characters for their S tier list. Pepper is one of the best support units you can find in the game. So let's check this S tier. We have Privacy, Guilty, Pepper, Novel, Haram. I could, up to a certain point, accept that as S tier. Haram should be up, whatever. Pepper could be down. We'll see. And then Noah, Volume, Sakura, Cocoa, and Makima. You were telling me Sakura and Cocoa are S tier characters. Well, Makima could be. It depends on the content and what you're doing. But Sakura and Cocoa are nowhere that tier. Like, they are not good. Not bad characters, but not that good. So let's keep going with the A tier units. And here on A tier, we start seeing some SR units. Now, sadly, we've talked about this multiple times, but Nikke is not a game where you want to use purple or blue units because they suck. Like, they are really, really bad. The only SR unit that's worth using is N102. Other than that, you really don't want to use any SR because they just don't have great scaling and they are not that useful. If you are doing PvP, you could be using Anis if you don't have anyone else to fill that role. But still, usually you don't want to use these characters. But in this tier list, on the A tier, we start seeing some SRs. We start seeing Neon, and we also see that Dorothy is in here instead of being up. Drake, Laplace, and Modernia are on the same tier list as D, as Admin, which I guess it's Admin, as Neon, as Julia, Signal, Rappi, Exia, Jackal, Breathe, Jackal and Jackal, well, I guess it's just a typo, it's fine. And Shifty is also in here. Even though she's just a joke unit from April's Fool, if this was a serious tier list, I would have no problem with Shifty being here. Because I think it's funny, right? You can see it's Shifty on a tier list, and that's cool. In this case, it's just fucking incompetency. It's not about being or trying to be fun. So after A tier, I think it comes the best one, which is B tier, where we have Rapunzel. And you know, she is a decent healer. A decent healer, not the best healer, just a decent one. And so in this tier list, which by the way, it's B tier, remember that, we have Maxwell, Rapunzel, Noise, and Senti, which is Canty, but it's fine. And they share the same spot as Ray, as N102, as Delta, Belorta, Jan, Anis, Frema. Like, just because the game has 70 plus characters, you cannot throw them into random tiers and make a tier list. Like, that's not how journalism works, my friends. And you should not be making this type of shitty content. But let's get into the best part of the tier list, which is C tier. And now let me open here Aria's skill set so you can see her skill 1 and 2 are called Allegro and Lacrimoso. It's all related to music, obviously, because she likes to sing. So what they are saying in this tier list is that Aria, Lacrimoso, and Allegro are two characters worth mentioning in Goddess of Victory Nikke. They provide some incredible passive buffs to other units. However, they themselves don't have an impressive damage output. So yeah, Allegro, it's a new character. I hope they release her kit soon so I can see how she looks. And the same with Lacrimoso. Maybe they are like bunny girls and you need to pair them together. They provide some incredible passive buffs to other units. However, they themselves don't have an impressive damage output. So let's check this C tier. It's Eder, DCL, Aria, Mary, Nif, Epinel, Mika, Yula, and Falcon. And honestly, just we have done a D tier, which is just more bullshit. I think it's funny that all the blue units are here. Solin, I agree, it's here. No problem with that. And then we have Bestie and Isabel, two decent units that are also on the lowest tier, sharing place with all the blue units instead of being, you know, with someone else. So Isabel is on the same tier as Idol Sun. Now, again, I just think this type of tier list and this type of websites should do more research. And it's not even about calling out everything you see. Because if I see this and I send you a message and I'm like, hey guys, this tier list is not properly, you know, formatted, it has some errors, these characters are not the best ones, and you ignore me for 2 weeks, then do I have a problem? Because I've told you, you know, hey, this is bad. You should change that for the players, because if you are making a website where you want to help players and you want to have a tier list, you should at least have some decent data. Even if you don't care about helping players and you only want to make money, at least copy content from a reputable website. Just go to Pride1 and copy their tier list. Just go to Nikke GG and copy their tier list. Don't do random shit with ChatGPT that helps absolutely no one just because you want to farm clicks. It's just a stupid, plain stupid. Now let me know your favorite character in this tier list. To me, it's obvious it was Lacrimoso and Allegro, the best two new characters that are coming into this game. That said, just like yesterday, no news video itself. I'm going to be making a new video though with the tier list, the Japanese tier list updated with both bunny girls in there, so we can see that. Hope you enjoyed the tier list, boys. Tonight we'll be doing live stream. Just come say hello. If you want to support the content, don't forget you can with the links in the description down below. Thank you to all the patrons for making all this content possible. Love you all. Good luck with your pulse generates, and see you in the next one.